Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. It's Friday, April the 9th. The year is 2021. Let's talk trading. Time for the weekly wrap up. And as you all know, these videos for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. So let's get right to it. Looking at the weekly chart, all of the open gaps filled for the week. And you can see that the previous week was an inside bar and the pound became an outside bar this week. So the weekly bar is now an outside bar because we broke the weekly high and we broke the weekly low. We're down for the week. So once again, very interesting. Today, we actually dipped into the opening range for the year. Here we got below 137.03. We shot right back up. And you can see we also dropped below the opening range for the month. That was 37.45, and right now we're at 37.31, so we're 14 pips below the opening range for the month. And you can see here the opening range for the week. We popped out on Tuesday. Let's see, on Tuesday, on the top and the bottom. Then on Wednesday, we fell through. So if you're trading those horizontal lines, simple trades, you can see once again how profitable they can be. For the year, we're 90 pips above the yearly open, 47 pips below the monthly open, and 87 pips below the weekly open. So anybody trading the weekly open also was profitable. Once again, very interesting on these horizontal lines. We had an inside bar 24 bars ago. Oh, let me toggle this to get these labels to line up properly. So here we broke out of that inside bar, 65 pips below. We broke out of the weekly, but look what happened. We came down and we touched that monthly inside bar at 136.69 and bounced right off of it. So those of you trading these inside bar breaks were paid off once again. And you can use them as crossovers, but the inside bar trade is definitely a breakout trade. For the range, we've only got 5 pairs over 100 today, the pound clocking in at 80. Now, we took out the pivot point here. So anybody using the pivot point bias to trade the buy zone, they got paid off here. There's a couple small, 2, 3, 4, 5 pip trades happen right here. Those trading the weekly or the daily crossover, you can see they were paid off, and the weekly open was way up here. No chance to trade that today. Rats. The green rats were rewarded, and the red rats were rewarded. 80 pips, the range was definitely large enough. Once again, we took out the pivot. The weekly pivot was taken out 2 days ago. And the monthly pivot we took out a long time ago. Once again, we took out that daily pivot today. Check on the weekly. You see we took that out. And we also took out from 2 weeks ago. So we only have one missed pivot left here at 1.4018. And we have a weekly pivot, couple weeklies from 2020. And then we've got a bunch back from 2014. So that's what's happening. Now on the monthly pivot, as you can see, we took out all those monthlies. Haven't missed one since 2014. I need to update that indicator so we don't have this trash out there. My indicator updates and new indicator list is really long. In fact, probably there's a couple of traders that wanted me to make mods or wanted me to work on stuff. I told you at the time I couldn't promise you anything. Things are getting busy. Weather's starting to change slightly here on the ranch. So outside work's going to be more important than working on code. So on rainy days or days I can't work outside, that's when I'll have time to work on code. Okay, for the ranges, the daily, only 80 pips, 20 percentile. Yesterday at 63 was only 6%. But the interesting thing, yesterday was not an inside bar because we broke out of the previous day's low, even though the range was small. High minus close, 19, 20 now, close minus low, 60. So once again, rat zones are intact. High minus open today, 20, open minus low, 60. So buy zone traders paid off too. So once again, these simple horizontal line trade statistically shows you just that they pay off. Now, let's see, day range. We already have that. High minus previous high, no breakout, but previous low minus low, 49 pip breakout, hit the 82 percentile. So that was a nice breakout here from the previous day. If we shift over to the week, we can see high minus low, 248. That's the range at the 60 percentile. So nice range here. But you see the previous week was an inside bar. High minus previous high 66, previous low minus low 36. So once again, those breakouts paid off. Look at the percentiles. You can see here both were over 50. So it was a good week to trade these setups. Weekly range, high minus close 188, close minus low 139. So when you're looking at the rat zone, if the daily and weekly rat zone are the same, in other words, it's made a high for the week or a low for the week and it's reversing, if you get in that rat zone and it keeps going your way, that's when the pips can really pile up. So right here, if you took that red rat when it hit the high, let's see what day was that it hit the high. So we got one right here. If you came out of that rat zone, you had 4 days just to ride it on down on that daily. So back to the weekly. You got the high minus the close, 190, close minus low, 59. So if you were trading off of the weekly open, once again, that weekly crossover proved to be profitable. It's amazing what you can do with horizontal line trades. In fact, there was a trader that sent an email to me, and he said that I should do a video on my top 10 or top 20 indicators, and I had to laugh because it's like I wouldn't even know where to begin. I mean, there's some indicators, like I said, definitely smart ranges, because you can do so much with this indicator, and you can use it in real time to help you decide whether or not you should maybe stay in a trade or take a trade. Something as simple as the time indicator that, just gives you the time and tells you how much time's left in the bar, or the little B clock that I modified. It's just really hard. I mean, or TRO HL5 that has so many functions. The dashboard has over 130 functions. or the statistical analysis indicators like the frequency distributions or the price travel analyzers, as I said, or like the ATR lines. There's just so many, and most of them I've done a video. So my suggestion is that what you want to do is, if you have a specific question, send me the question. Put it out on YouTube, or if you have my email address, which is on the first screen, you can do that, even though I prefer to communicate in the public forum so everybody can benefit from the Q&A. And then, if there's something in particular that I missed or forgot, or you need more explanation on, then I can possibly do a video on that indicator. But the top 20, I just really wouldn't know where to begin. I mean, for example, the candle color multimeter, the one that tells you how many in a row, or the buttons, that's handy. The magnified market price, I like to have that on the screen. 3-level ZZ, the sweet spots that I modified. I could just go on and on and on. So it's just kind of hard to say. You can see here what's happening with price. Look at this. Inside bar, inside bar, inside bar. Well, this one's not an inside bar because it broke below that low. But you can see how it's almost 2 o'clock New York time. So the traders are probably punching out for the weekend. Or something as simple as being able to name your template, put that, then you save your template, you know what it was called when you go back and look at the chart. The new order blocks, indicators, the buttons that I modified down here, the imbalance zones. I mean, just so many different indicators. It's hard. It would just be almost impossible for me to choose. Something as simply as the My Notes indicator, where you can just put notes on the screen, like your risk management, which boys and girls and non-binary traders, don't ever lose more than you're willing to lose on a trade. Put your stop loss in, have your position sized accordingly so you don't put yourself at risk of blowing up your account. And the brain management, we talked about that this week. In fact, we're going to do some more of that, those videos that Walmall and I put together, about some of the things that you just want to get control so you're not a schizophrenic trader. I mean, there's just so many things that people can do. And, for example, one of the things being schizoid is about taking profit. You hear Walmall and I talk about taking 1 or 2 pip profits all the time. Well, if that's the mode we're in, then that's the mode we're in. And we don't think about missing 5 or 10 pips, because what that'll do is it'll come to bite you. If you're in the mode where you get in the trade, you set your stop loss, you set your TP, you leave it alone, then you leave it alone and see what happens. You let the statistics, the market, work it out for you. So either maybe if you're a RR trader, you've got your stop loss at 1R, you got your TP at 1.5 or 2R. You put the trade on, and either you get stopped out or you hit your TP. And you have to do that, because if you go in and maybe you only take 0.5 profit, and then but you could have had, your 1.5 profit, and then the next trade you lose 1R, well, you're down instead of being up. So, and that's only because you're acting a little schizophrenic. So you can't overlap these things. You got to keep them separate. So decide if you're going to be, a smash and grabber, or if you're going to, systematically take your profits. That's up to you. You got to figure out what works best for you. What's in your trading plan, right? Like, what's in your wallet? What's in your trading plan? Follow it. Don't be schizophrenic. Don't make up trades on the fly. Don't airball, seat of the pants trades. Oh, I thought. No, you don't think. You follow the plan. So, fellow traders, I hope everybody's had a profitable month and a profitable week, profitable day so far. And I hope you have a fun and safe weekend. Once again, subscribe, hit like, hit the bell so you know when I put out new videos. And when you come back to your trading platform, always remember, never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.